Well, how would you like to pay an extra 20 cents for a can of Coke? What about 18 cents for every bottle of Powerade? Well, that's the push from one Labor backbencher who wants to bring in a sugar tax at the rate of 50 cents for every 100 grams of added sugar. Now, it comes amid soaring rates of obesity and diabetes, with the hope that such a levy would encourage companies to put less sugar in drinks altogether. For their take, let's bring in WA Opposition Leader Basil Zempilas and Sunshine Coast Mayor Rosanna Natoli. Welcome to you both. Baz,
good morning.
What do you think about this? Do you support a sugar tax?
No new taxes, mate. I'm not the first politician to say that, and I won't be the last. No, look, I don't. I understand the serious health implications between more and more Australians consuming more and more sugar, and often it comes in fizzy drinks. For a moment there, your mind goes somewhere else. I think most people know, this isn't really good for me, but maybe I feel like one right now. But no, I think education, labels, the big warning on it, a la cigarette packaging, I'd rather try all of those things before slugging people as a disincentive. And education can be the key, and we shouldn't just give up on that. And a tax is a lazy way of educating the Australian public. So it should be the last resort, not the current resort.
OK. The push seems to be that the hope would be that it forced the companies to actually put less sugar in so that they didn't have to pay this tax. Rosanna, the Labor government says it's not on the agenda. Should it be?
No, I don't think we should hit struggling families at the checkout with this. We know that we have families working more jobs just to pay the bills, and it's time. Time is the reason that we don't, cook better meals and do those sorts of things. It's more than just the sugar in drinks. It is ultra-processed foods. Obesity really does cut across our lifestyle completely. We are walking and moving less because of sedentary jobs. So I think I agree with Basil here. Education, let's start with making sure more and more people understand, because really that's where we're going to get change, and it needs to be right across the board, not just on sugary drinks, and definitely not at the checkout for struggling families.
Yep, doing it tough enough. All right, well, moving on now. A 12-year-old girl in the UK was banned from her school's Cultural Diversity Day because she was wearing a Union Jack dress. The student was even told, you get to celebrate being British every day. This is for everybody else because it's Diversity Day. Baz, apparently another child was told to go home because he was dressed as a farmer.
Yeah, I've struggled with this, actually. I'm trying to work out what I thought. And then I put myself in this position. What if somebody did exactly the same thing here in Australia but wore the Australian flag as their outfit? And I don't think we'd be comfortable with that kid being told what the kid in the UK was told. The United Kingdom is a place of diverse communities. It's people from all over the world, a lot like Australia, who have come and settled there for a new life and a new start. And so, no, I'm against this. I think you should be able to celebrate your own country on Diversity Day, because in the case of the UK, as it is with the case in Australia, we represent so many different cultures anyway, and that's certainly the case over there.
Yeah, Rosanna, she was trying to emulate Ginger Spice's famous Union Jack dress. I would have thought that schools want their students to be engaged in things. You can imagine how she felt after being told to go and put on a second-hand uniform rather than the outfit that she'd organised.
Oh, for a teenage girl, that would just be mortifying to have to go and put on someone else's uniform. I think too, remember, inclusion is supposed to mean everybody. So that is whether or not you associate with that British culture and what it means there for those students, as well as recognising diversity across the board. So I think what the school has done here is miss an opportunity to reflect right across the board what students and children and young people and other people, all people, are feeling here, which was that association to being British. So I think it was a lost opportunity, and really sad for that particular student.
Yeah, we just saw there was a photo of her with her dad there. She didn't put on the second-hand uniform. She rang her dad. Her dad picked her up.
Yeah.
He later got a sort of grovelling apology from the school, so at least that was right. But she missed out on the day. Now, finally, today is World Emoji Day, and Vodafone has done some research to decode what various emojis really mean in the workplace. 38% see the thumbs up as an agreement or approval, but younger generations say it can feel dismissive or sarcastic. Now, the skull emoji divides all. Gen Z seeing it as dark humour. Millennials using it to signal exhaustion. Older generations think it could be a warning, be careful. And then 40% of people think that the fire emoji, this is the best one, means something is exciting or impressive. But Gen X either view it as a cheeky compliment or that literally something is on fire. Baz, you're in that generation, right? If I sent you a fire emoji, what would you think?
No, if you sent me a fire emoji, I think you would be saying, that's really good, that's cool, that's great, well done. Basically, the younger generation have ruined it for all of us. It's the opposite meaning to them than what the rest of us think. So whatever we think, just assume the opposite, and that's what they're thinking.
Yeah. Rosanna, what do you think? Are you an emoji user?
I am an emoji user, but I'm absolutely terrified of using the wrong thing because my kids tell me that I'm using the wrong smiley face. I do not know what a skull means. Don't even get started on the eggplant. Terrified of any vegetables.
Don't steer clear.
I think maybe what we need is like a little definition where you go and use the emojis so that when you click on it, you actually get that right. But that's the only hope, I think, because otherwise we're all doomed. Skull face.
Yes. And even don't even try and use some of the terms because I tried to use lit and slay this morning and use both in the wrong context.
No,
you're throwing shade. Throwing shade.
Bad idea. Thank you both so much. Good to see you. Baz emoji. Yes, exactly. There should be a Baz emoji, just a fire. Thank you, Rosanna.